Hello, everybody. I'm Samuel, and today I'm going to be talking about the musical effect. So, for those who just don't know what the musical effect is, it's basically when you're listening to sad music
In hopes you're on the other side.
or happy music.
Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break.
I don't know. It's really up to you, really. Don't you get? You could say an adrenaline rush. You get happy, you get sad, you get mad, or you just get emotional. Um, well, if so, did you ever wonder why this actually happens? If you did, you're in luck, because today I'm going to be talking about the phenomenon or the sorcery behind this phenomenon. The phenomenon is called Sloboda. Now, Sloboda is actually attributes the effect of sad music to the weird chord progressions. Now, what does this mean? This means that when we're listening to sad music, we are actually kind of lied to because our brain is expecting a certain chord, and when that certain chord doesn't hit, our brain gets a little excited slash emotional. It gets an excited or emotional frisson due to its weirdness and the unexpectedity of the chord. A slight difference in complexity with the phenomenon itself and the chemical behind all this, especially the chemical which is the most known, the chemical behind your happiness due to certain songs. This chemical is dopamine. Probably heard about dopamine. If you don't know, dopamine is the natural pleasure chemical inside of our bodies, inside of our brain. And when our brain listens to happy music, it releases dopamine, making us happy, feeling pleasure to the song. Dopamine is part of our reward system, the pleasure chemical. Now, there are some times when we just feel kind of triggered, sometimes to a certain song, because it activates some sort of deja vu, which is not actually part of this video, but it is a very interesting subject. Or sometimes it doesn't even have to be a song, it can just be a noise, like simple as that. This phenomenon or this illness is called misophonia. Now, misophonia is the feeling of nerves or the feeling of disgust but towards a certain sound. This could be clicking, chewing, swallowing, tapping, etc. Sometimes even whistling. So if you just feel triggered by a sound, you probably have misophonia. The most common cases of misophonia are, a plate and a fork being scraped together. Yeah. So misophonia. Does misophonia actually have a cure? No, misophonia doesn't have a cure, but misophonia does have treatments, such as therapy, which could go as far as group therapies, music therapy, or it could go as to relaxation centers, when you can relax your mind, and some people even not diagnosed. But some people even recommend yoga because it kind of releases your brain and it prevents you from getting triggered or getting emotional to these certain sounds. In conclusion, what did we learn? In conclusion, we learned that the sounds, songs, etc., everything that has to do with the auditory universe is very important in our day-to-day lives. Some people don't even realize that. But everything that happens are mood swings, our reality. It happens due to noise. Therefore, we must protect our ears, not protect, but we should take very much care of our ears and our auditory system because it can affect us for the best and it can also affect us for the worst. We also learned that misophonia is an illness, a sort of common illness amongst us humans. It does not have a cure yet, but there are treatments to it. We also have learned that, dopamine, for those who didn't know, the dopamine is the natural pleasure chemical of the brain, part of our reward system. It gets triggered when we listen to music that excites us. Well, as the word says it, we get very happy. Or another word that could be used to describe the music, it could be chills. Now, chills doesn't actually have to mean something bad, like, oh my god, that gave me chills, I'm so scared. No, but chills can also mean excitement. And lastly, we learned about sloboda. We learned about sloboda being the main cause of our sadness or our emotional triggers due to certain songs. And that's all we learned today. I hope you all have a very good day. And remember, hearing is key.